Hey, good morning, everyone. Actually, I should say good afternoon because it is the afternoon. So, good afternoon. Buenas tardes. I just am sitting here relaxing in my backyard, which I absolutely love. This was one of the reasons why I wanted a house. I knew I wanted a house to call my own so that I could have a backyard, so that I could have a dog that could roam around freely in a fairly large yard, which I do have. It's been a busy morning. Wednesdays are always busy because we start the day with our broker meeting. And of course, I try to get some breakfast before. Um, this morning, I only had coffee. And then I had another Zoom meeting at 10 o'clock when the other meeting finished. Both meetings were important. Obviously, my broker meeting, we talked a lot about the buyer broker agreement as it relates to California, to CAR, which is a California Association of Realtors, versus the requirements from the from NAR, which is the National Association of Realtors, and one other body. Who was it? CAR, NAR, and MLS. So each one seems to have a different rule, but obviously we follow whatever California wants us to do so that we're legal and compliant. Of course, Coldwell Banker, who I work for, has added uh, their 2 cents and forms that they want us to use. So, anyways, it is what it is. It was a good meeting. It's good to be reminded about what our legal aspects are as real estate agents. The second Zoom was really interesting to me. I'm still in my head pondering this because it it was a it was a new venture by Katie Lance, who is a social media guru. That's what I'm going to call her. Sorry, Katie. I hope you're okay with that. Um, and basically, she was talking about entrepreneurship, and she really challenged us on the Zoom call, to have we ever wanted to do other things? Are there any other things that maybe we wanted to do that would subsidize our main thing? And I've always thought of other things. I'm always thinking of other things to do, other ways to subsidize my current income as a real estate agent. Um, and that's one of the reasons why I bought property. That's why I have, you know, three properties: my home and two other investment properties, which are paid for. And that's the reason why I did it, because I wanted to subsidize my normal income. I learned many years ago that, working is just one income, but if you're only getting the same paycheck every 2 weeks, that's just kind of where you're at. And I wanted to make more than just that. So, and I have to say that both properties that I own, and including my house is not paid off, but there's a ton of equity in my house. I mean, a lot. And my other two properties are paid for. So when things aren't going well in real estate, those two properties subsidize me. So it's nice. And when I don't need the money, then it just goes into a savings account. But again, today's call was about entrepreneurship and what else do I want to do. I've always wanted to write a book. And the reason why I wanted to write a book is because, without getting into it, my birth started pretty rocky. And again, if you know my story, you know what I mean. But I've wanted to write a book for a long time because I have a story to tell, I think, that will help other people. Also, I've always wanted to do a podcast. And I've been talking about this for several years now, and I just haven't done it. And part of the reason was because I had a computer that was old and I couldn't get it to function the way I wanted to do. But now I've got a new computer, so that excuse is gone. And what else? I've always wanted to do, obviously I wanted to travel. I wanted to start a business where I would travel around the world and take pictures, and then kind of have the pictures printed and then sell them at art fairs. That has kind of gone beside the wayside. I also always wanted to start a bed and breakfast. I had that idea for years. In fact, that was probably one of the first ideas I had that I wanted to do. I had the name already figured out. I knew what I was going to call it, and I was going to name it after my grandmother and my aunt, who all's names were Guadalupes, and I was going to name each room by their name. My aunt Tiapita, my grandmother Guadalupe, my other aunt Guadalupe R. My grandmother was Guadalupe R. for Rodriguez. My other aunt was Guadalupe H. for Hernandez, I think it was. And anyways, so I've had many ideas. Oh, and let's not forget, I used to really wanted to do a coffee house. And this was right about the time that computers started appearing on everybody's home and office, and I had the name for that too, Café con Leche. So I've always had this entrepreneurial thought process in my head. And so this Zoom call was interesting. It definitely joggled my brain to think about what else do I want to do. I'm 67. I'm not ready to call it quits, but I would love to do something else other than real estate in addition to. So, anyways, those are my thoughts for today. Of course, my videos are never short. I apologize. This one is already at 6 minutes. So I'm going to leave it there. Please comment, like my videos. If you think I'm crazy, tell me. Just tell me what you think. I would love to hear. In the meantime, have a great day. It's hump day, so hump away.